Welcome back to Grown Folk Talk with Patrice and Na'imah. So, Nai, before we went to break, you were talking about love, really, and it's deep because a lot of what we go through in life is rooted in love, or what we think is love. Mm-hmm. Love gets us in trouble, and we miss out on a whole lot of things because we don't take the right advice when it comes to love, because we think, okay, I love this person, or I'm in love, or whatever the case is. And so sometimes we don't want to see what the reality is. Yes. We're too busy loving love. Mm-hmm. People love love. That's how I think of it. And like I said, at 21, almost 22 years old, you could not tell me not to marry this boy. I was getting married because I loved the boy.
Yes.
And I thought the boy loved me. We didn't love each other. We didn't know each other.
Yeah.
For me, I was probably loving getting married. Oh, yes, I'm getting married. I'm put a white dress on and a veil and all of that stuff and walked down the aisle and everything. When it was really, someone said to me, do not do it. You are making a big mistake. And you know what I said? Oh, you're just jealous because your boyfriend didn't ask you to marry him.
Exactly.
Oh, you're just jealous.
She just wanted that ring.
She wanted the ring. She wanted the big wedding and all of that, when really she knew exactly what she was talking about. But you couldn't tell me that, right? So, and then there was a time when I said, oh, I wish I had listened. I wish I had listened. But as I've gotten older and learned more life lessons, I realized that not taking that advice actually prepared me for what I would not put up with in future relationships. It prepared me for what life could be like. I knew what I wasn't going to put up with anymore. And so I made a conscious decision. We are not doing this again. We're not walking down this road again. And so now I'm married to the most wonderful man who provides a life and home of peace for me and the true definition of love. This love, I know that this is love. And so sometimes advice taken is good and not taken is good, but it's the important thing to me is learning the lessons that come with it, right? Yes. So you said some powerful things earlier about love, and clearly you have learned some lessons.
Learned a lot of lessons. That whole period, you can't give it up. People's like, I would change. You can't change. All of these tumbles and falls, they make you who you are today.
Right.
Like you said, it's the learning of the lessons from that, of this word love is thrown around so much.
Yes.
And the lessons that I learned is that love has to have some framework that sits around it.
Absolutely.
And you have to know yourself. You have to know going in, what are your rules? What are your boundaries? What are you going to accept? What you're not going to accept?
Non-negotiables.
And you're going to go from there. And I didn't learn the lesson because, you go through life and you're like, oh, that person looks nice. This person looks nice.
Yes.
And my husband, Dennis, I love him to bits, honest to God. Like you, I don't just love him, I like him.
Yeah, that's important, isn't it?
I like that man.
Yes, because when we're mad at him, because we do get mad at him.
Yes.
We still like him.
I love him. I like him.
Yeah.
I met him when I was a police cadet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he was working in traffic, and back then in police, you worked in police cadet, you did little attachments.
Yes.
And I had an attachment in traffic, and he worked in traffic. And from then, we actually connected as very good friends because he's a musician.
Oh.
And I was playing Yanni at the time, and he's like, oh, I like Yanni. And we just connected. We was like instant friends, and we talked on the phone. We did everything together. But it wasn't anything like, it was just literally friends.
Right.
So through the years, we just went. We was friends through thick and thin, traveled, did everything.
But still just friends?
Just friends. And,
I'm loving this story.
Your parents, they say, look, you should marry your friend.
Right.
And you heard that, but you don't pay it no mind. No. And one day I went to my sister's house, Shauda, and Dennis had taken me there. We was going out for dinner. Right. Because we always was going out to dinner. And she said, Na'imah, what are you doing? And I said, oh, we're going out to dinner. She said, no, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, we're going out to dinner. She said, no, what are you doing? Because every time I see you, you're hanging with Dennis.
Right.
What are you doing? And I drove away from there that day. And I said, well, Shout, it's just Dennis. He's like my best.
My boy.
I said, he's like my best friend. She said, exactly. So what are you doing?
Really? And you hadn't thought of all of that?
Because he was my friend.
Jay's boy.
And let me tell you, that was pivotal.
Did you switch up then?
Because I didn't think about it before then, because he was my friend.
Right,
He was
right.
the person I called when I was upset, happy, glad, mad, and everything. And it was just, your parents are, marry your friend.
Yes, right.
You're not even thinking of that.
Right.
Here was this person who had been through thick and thin, I was even on Hodge, calling him from Hodge, saying, look, this is how this is going, everything.
Was he in the same space? That's just my friend?
Well, I don't know. I must ask him.
You must ask him. Please do.
I mean, it was, I don't know. I must ask him. No.
I think you should.
So,
because here we are, all these years later, you're married.
Well, put it this way. What I would say, it wasn't a hard wall to climb. Yes, you got me thinking now.
Okay.
But either way, we got married.
At some point, your sister.
Oh, sorry, I'm moving. Sorry, I'm coughing.
That's okay.
Can I go?
Yes, you can go.
So from that moment, I left. We was going out to dinner. I believe we was going Carriage House. And I just kept thinking about it, saying, she's right, Why am I not
right? Why is he your friend?
What am I not doing?
Right.
And we actually talked about it. I raised it with him, and we had a long conversation. And what was different? Let me tell you the lessons I learned. I tell people that when something is important to you, or even if it's trivial, talk about it in the beginning. Let me tell you why. I'm cooking, and I'm cooking in peas every Tuesday, and he hates peas. But in the beginning, you don't want to tell the person,
no,
I don't like the peas, because you don't want the person to be upset.
Right.
Tell the person you don't like peas. Because 2 years from now, when we're married, I'm like, God, you've been cooking me peas for the last 2 years, and I'm vexed.
And I never told you.
So we had an agreement. What we liked and we didn't like, say it all in the beginning.
Oh, this is some good advice, Nice.
Small, big, medium, large.
Say it from jump.
Say it from the jump. I don't like when you do this.
Right.
Not going to say it's always going to change.
Right.
Because my husband's an early bird. When we got married, he was doing laundry 4 o'clock in the morning. And I told my sister, I said, girl, he's doing this laundry. She said, is that the hill you're going to die on? She said, oh. She said, oh, okay.
Is that the hill you're going to die on?
She said, you know how many husbands ain't doing laundry?
I'm not doing the laundry at all. And the laundry's on the floor.
And guess what?
That was it. Yeah.
Pick
your battles.
Pick my battles. But what I would say is that we are friends. I like him. Our relationship has been tested when I had breast cancer.
Yes, of course.
I couldn't walk. I couldn't drink. I couldn't move. And that man was there every second of the day.
Yes, Dennis. Come through, Dennis.
He was. And I tell people, he wasn't even beneath my wings. He was my wings.
Oh, nice.
He flew me from beginning to end.
Oh, nice. Oh, Dennis.
Dennis.
Oh, I'm loving. So that's love. That's the love we're talking about. That's the love.
And you need the life lessons.
Yes.
And sometimes you need to not listen to advice.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You need to not listen to advice.
That's right.
Because you need to be like in the drawers a little bit.
Right. Right.
Because what happens is when it happens, it feels oh so great.
Absolutely it does.
I see it with you, Patrice, now. When you speak of your marriage now, it's such a joy because you know the pain and the struggle of before.
Exactly. That's it. It prepared me for this space I'm in, which is why I am so grateful to my husband for the peace that he brings in my life, in my home, in my heart, because I've been on the other side, right? And so I don't take that for granted.
No.
And I thank him. I say thank you. I say thank you for being my husband. Thank you for a peaceful home. I thank God for it on a regular basis because we can't take this stuff for granted.
No.
And sometimes we don't get out of this stuff.
Yes.
Sometimes we continue on doing the same things and getting the same results, or we make a change.
Well, it goes back to what I told you in the beginning. If you're not asking yourself every day, how can I do things differently? You are not growing.
Full circle. That's where we started this show. If you are not asking yourself every day, what could I have done different? What could I have done better? Where do I need to grow? What do I need to water? What do I need to nurture? You're not growing. Every day. Not once a week, not once in a while. Every day.
Every day. Every single day.
What a lesson. I have so enjoyed having you here with me today.
I have enjoyed being here with you, Patrice. Thank you so much.
What a pleasure. What a pleasure. I feel like a better person just spending this time with you today. I really do. You are younger than me. I could,
don't tell nobody that.
Just a minute or two younger than me. But I have learned so much. I want to be a better person just after talking to you.
Oh, thank you, Patrice.
I mean that. You are a joy. And I would like to say thank you so much to my guest, Na'imah Astwood. I was about to say Williams, her maiden name, but it's okay.
Yes.
Na'imah Astwood. She is the Deputy Commissioner of Police, but aside from that, she is an absolutely wonderful, thriving young lady who I am so honored to call my friend.
And I am honored to call you my friend.
Thank you, Nai. Thank you,
All
thank
right.
you, thank you, darling.
All right.
Thank you for joining us on Grown Folk Talk with Patrice. We'll see you again soon.